Hey everybody, it's Pizza Assassin. I know it's been quite a while since I've done any upload videos of any type. I think the last one I did was or April 2014 WWE Network video. Sorry I haven't been up and recording anything. I've been very busy. Just started college for the first time in 9 years, and I just moved, and there's been a lot of stuff just going on over the past probably 8 to 10 months. But wanted to record a video. It's just about 3:30 in the morning on Monday. I just got done watching WWE Royal Rumble a little while ago. I didn't get to see it live. I was elsewhere at the time, unfortunately, so I hopped on the network when I got home and started watching it probably about 11 o'clock or so. Um, Overall, I'm gonna say the pay per view was decent, and there was a couple of major issues, and the major issues is the reason I'm recording the video. Um, the undercard was good, save for probably the Divas match. The WWE Tag Team Title match was pretty good. The New Age Outlaws and Ascension was decent. I mean, that could have used a little bit of improvement, but well, I think the Ascension will improve once they get a little more time on the main roster. And I'm gonna say get a manager, maybe Road Warrior or Animal. I don't know, but they definitely need to get a manager at least for even a short amount of time. That would drastically improve them as a tag team on the main roster. New Age Outlaws looked a little bit rusty, but they were overall pretty good. The Divas match, I was surprised they actually gave it some time. It went over 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Probably closer to the 15-minute mark. And you usually don't see that with any Divas matches at all. So I was really surprised to see it. But unfortunately, the match didn't take off with me, the crowd really. The match was sloppy, as a lot of Divas matches are, unfortunately. They just didn't mesh well together. The triple threat match, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm probably getting the majority of you guys are gonna agree. Match of the night, hands down. A lot of action, and I'm gonna put it right now. Brock Lesnar was the star of that match. He put on the performance of a lifetime. And I'm going to tell you right now, that match alone, I was on the edge of my couch. And it's going to be interesting to see where things go from there with Brock Lesnar. And with that all being done, that leads us to the Royal Rumble match. And this is where the majority of my complaints are. And number one, WWE, unfuck your booking. That's going to be the major problem. Number two, everybody knows you have a lot of fast-paced stuff in the Royal Rumble, a lot of near elimination, stuff like that. There wasn't a lot of that in this Rumble. I mean, a lot of guys half the time were hugging the ropes. They were down on the mat, laying down. A couple of them were even outside of the ring for a time. I think Rusev was one of them. And there wasn't a lot of big names that came back, but probably one of the biggest highlights of the Rumble match was the return of Bubba Ray Dudley. I'm so excited to see him come back. It was pretty good. Kane broke Shawn Michaels' record of eliminations. He ended up getting, I believe, 41, up to 41, and Big Show got over 30. But here's where the big problems start. Other than the two things I just mentioned off of the action, and then a lot of them hugging, laying on the mat, was number one, you had two people that I think didn't even have any business being in the Rumble match. It was an absolute waste. Adam Rose, Titus O'Neil. I think that was an absolute waste of two spots that could have gone to some other people. Damian Mizdow was a little bit different of a situation. I really don't know what to think of that. I think that's just signaling that Miz and Mizdow's time as a tag team is coming to an end, which it needs to. And I think you're going to see a feud where those two start up here very shortly. And then Curtis Axel, I believe he was number 6, was coming out. Eric Rowan attacked him. Went in. Him, Harper, and Wyatt went at it. there was no really even any point of doing it. Maybe Harper and Rowan, but having Bray Wyatt involved, there was no point. They didn't even really go into any detail as to why they broke up and any background on anything having to do with it. So that was a little bit of a waste of time, but here's where the big problems are. Number one, I don't hate Roman Reigns, but he's not ready for main event. And especially not the main event of WrestleMania. He is nowhere near ready. I'm not saying this just really from a wrestling standpoint. I'm saying this from a promo and mic work standpoint. He is nowhere near main event. He had a lot of momentum and a lot of good things going for him before he got hurt, but when he came back, he just was not the same. And basically they're pushing him into John Cena 2.0, which I know it's not going to work. You guys ain't going to know it's going to work. Nobody knows that everybody knows that this is not going to work. Everybody knows it. And WWE just continues on doing it. And it showed. My opinion, Daniel Bryan or Dolph Ziggler should have won the Rumble match, no doubt in my mind. Both of them are main eventers. Ziggler has been on the outside looking in, and he should already have been at the main event level, but booking, obviously, again, decided to rear its stupid, ugly head and fuck somebody else over. And it was ridiculous because they had Daniel Bryan eliminated really early in the match. It wasn't even, he was there for a little bit, but he was eliminated maybe halfway through the Rumble match, which was ridiculous. I mean, at least keep him into the end. And pretty much after Daniel Bryan was eliminated, the writing was on the wall. Roman Reigns was going to win the match, unfortunately. And I'll tell you right now, the fans turned on basically WWE as a whole right there in Philadelphia. It was bad. And it was reminiscent of 2014 and 2013. The last 3 Rumble matches have been absolute shit. Absolute garbage. Roman Reigns was good last year. Yes, I will give him that. But overall, the last 3 Royal Rumble matches have been absolute garbage. Predictability is the big problem, and it needs to be fixed. And it ain't like it used to be, and they need to change that and change it quick. Because as probably a lot of you already know, as of me talking about this, there have been people leaving in the tens of thousands from WWE Network and canceling their subscriptions. And so many people were canceling at around midnight. This is probably about 3.5 hours ago. WWE Network's site had crashed. Is how many people were leaving. And that is a very, very serious situation for WWE. And the reason I say that is because they're going to lose a shit ton of revenue, probably the tens of millions, number one. Number two, they're going to lose a lot of credibility with their product. And number three, if they continue to keep booking the way it is, you're going to see a lot more fans leave the product and turn their back on WWE. And that's something WWE definitely does not want to have happen. And you can tell just by the end of the match, you could hear him chanting, "This is bullshit," at the end of the match. I mean, it was. I'll agree with him. And he eliminated both Big Show and Kane, which is kind of at the same time, which was stupid. And then basically, since the fans had already turned, they brought The Rock out to try and save anything, which too little, too late. The Rock got cheered at first, but then he was booed. And you could tell after Roman Reigns had eliminated Rusev last that you could tell just by his facial expression, by the way he was acting, that he was pretty perturbed by how the fans were reacting. And I mean, it ain't Roman Reigns' fault. It's WWE booking. And they're pissed off. I'm pretty pissed off about it. Probably a lot of you were pissed off about it. And it needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed fast. Or else there's going to be a lot bigger implications. And I guess we'll just have to all wait until Monday Night Raw tonight to see what actually could potentially be fixed. Well, I'll just conclude it with that. See, this video is already at about 10 minutes. I'm planning on doing a 1-year review of WWE Network next month, and I may or may not do just like a quick grading on pay-per-views as they go along over the year. We'll see how that works out. And I'm also going to get around to doing some truck repair videos and a lot of non-wrestling stuff. But go ahead, comment, subscribe, like, and as always, this is Pizza Assassin. I'm over and out.